One more thing, when you define a model like this, if you by default the name of the table will be block with no capital B, right? But if you want a table to name the table differently, you can have another syntax here. Table name equal to the name of table. For example, here I will call it blocks. Normally you name a table with S and the class without S.
So you name your table after, because I was calling my class plurals and then
Yeah.
that's not the way.
Just delete it. Now I delete my table, my database, and then I run it again. Python R. Okay, you will see in our database we have a table called tables, blocks here with S. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna implement the login system using what FLask login, maybe. Pip install FLask login. Okay. Import it. Login manager. Manager.
There's no underscore.
Really? If you don't remember the name, just Google FLask login. Why so slow? Okay. Here you how you initialize your app. Okay, login manager. There are two ways. The first way it is you call, you name, you assign a login manager a variable equal to the class like this, and then you wrap your app, right? Or you just define it and then you run this command, this method login manager init app, and here's the app. Okay, two way. Let's do this one. Then what else? Then you need to define a function to get the user for the current user. To get the user from the table user for the current user in order to use the current user. Copy this. You can name the function in different name, but here user loader is a must. Then you define it after the table user. I don't have it now, so let's define the table user db.model. And one more thing, by default Postgres will have a table called user without S by default. It's a hidden table, so you should name the class table, the class user here, but a different name. Table name equal to users.
And when you do your lookups for those tables, is it going to be
because
now done by the table names, now all users dot?
If you use the table names dot some column, right? You use users. But if you use class name, just user.
So if I haven't used the table name, basically will be spotted and used for locating my table.
Yep. Okay. Because by default, Postgres will have a table called user. It's hidden, and you can access to it, but you cannot like use it. Okay. And then should be an ID here. db dot. Did I import db? Yep. Okay. db dot column. Let's keep it simple. Integer, comma, primary key equal to the name, username equal to db dot column db.string, and I want my username to have like maximum 20 characters. No label equal to false, and here's the email equal db.column db.string and 25. No label equal to false too. Password. Password, yeah. Password equal db.column db.string.
So always set minimum here. Quite often you probably would say the minimum length of a password is 6 or whatever. Is that done here or is that done with the front end?
You know why? Because we store password as a hash string. It's a long hash string, so we don't need to specify.
So you do it on the input side?
Yeah, because we hash it.
Yeah.
And here is no label equal to false. That's it, right?
So what does it mean? Unique equal to true?
Oh, unique. Shit, I forgot it.
Yeah, but
Thank
what
you.
does it mean like what loaded yesterday?
Unique. It means like you can only have one that username in the whole table.
Okay.
Only one user can have a username. That they all have to have different usernames.
Okay, same with email. You don't need that for password, and you don't need that for primary key because by default primary key is unique. And then you define a method to generate the password. Okay, generate pass. Okay, itself, and then the password, the input. Then you have to import
Check
from
password.
workzoy.
Work. Alright.
Shit, I don't care. From workzoy. This is German word. Import. What's the name?
Generate password hash and check.
Generate. There you go. And comma check password hash. Okay.
Set pass.
And in here you have define a function generate password. You return. What's the name? You return. No, you just set it. Save. Dot password equal to generate. Shit, copy the name. Generate password hash. You give it an argument which come from password up here. Okay. Then another method to check the password to authenticate, right? Check password. Then call it self password. Return check check password hash, and then in here you have two arguments. The first one is
The hash.
the hash one. Okay, is self dot password, right? And then the second one is from the input. Okay, clear? What's next? Oh, now I'm gonna copy this and paste it in our code like this. We got the user from the class here. Okay, and then we query from the table user and we get the user that has that ID, right?
So So didn't you call users now? So you change that return.
I call user.
But you called it users in the table name. So you
Return. What do you mean?
So here, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
How do you call? Do you need to change that or not?
No, because it's a class. This is a class. We query from a class. Actually, we query from the table, but the SQL Alchemy will do it for us. We just call the class, and then query. This is a short syntax. It should be like this. It can be like this. Query dot filter by, and then ID equal to user ID. And then you get the first one. Right? They are the same. So here the short syntax.
Okay. Right.
And then what else? Oh, now we need user missing for user, because we're trying to use FLask login, right? We need user missing. Then put it in here. Yeah. Come up. What else? You're gonna use current user, login user, logout user, all of them. Right, now we need to make a login string, right? A login string. Define login string. We're gonna do this later, okay? Login string app.route login method post, then define a function called login, then return render template login.
You can close that, right?
Oh, I thought I did. Okay. Login. Where is it? I don't have it yet. Make one login.html and go in here. You extend it. Extends from base. From base, right? That's HTML. Okay. With a block, replace the block content. Okay. Then you end it. Okay, with a new form, let's call it a login. What do we have? Method equal to post. And then here, for our user table, we need, how many fields do we need? Where is it?
You need 3.
Username, email, only 2. And password. Joking.
Always the best day.
Label, username, and label, password, email, label, password. Okay. Then I have an input with a name equal to username. That's it, right? Another input, name equal to, oh shit, email. Another one for password. Input, name, password. Right.
Pass.
You have to put in the types.
Type. By default, text, I think.
Yeah, but what about the password?
Yeah, I want to see my password. I want you to see my password. Type equal to email. Type equal to just show the text. Okay.
Name pass. Main password.
Doesn't matter. Okay, you want its password. Now we need to collect the form, right? Collect it. If request dot method equal to post, then what? Find the user. From where? From what? From the user. Using what? Using email.
Yeah.
So user equal to from the user table, you run a query dot filter by, and then you get the first one. Basically it will return a list. If you do this, it will return a list. Okay, and then you have to target the first item inside that list. That's too much, so just dot first. It's a built-in method. Okay, and now we have to get from email equal to request. Yep, the form, and then here is the email, right? That's one way. you can define a check here inside your class user too. It works too. For example, yeah, my method dev check user check available user. Okay, call it. So if you do it right here, you can recycle your code. And then what else? Return user dot query dot filter by dot first. Okay, comma email. Check availability. Just call check email. Then you get the first one. Okay.
Email you need to put an L, yeah.
Yep. Email equal to email.
No, on line 57.
57. Oh shit. Nice. Copy name. Save it. Go down, down, down. Okay. User equal to user dot. Okay, and now you don't have to type again and again, just call it. Right? Then if user
You pass nothing in.
nice. Request dot form email. Right, and then if user, you return FLask a message, and then return FLask, say something user or email already exists, then a category we see a warning. Right, and then you return redirect URL for. And here is the name of the function. Oh wait, we are logging in. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's like warning. I found you. I found you already.
If not user, then if not user, warning, email not exist. Right?
177. No.
Okay. Return redirect URL for register. Okay, now we do it later. else we run another one, user dot check, I don't remember, checks password, and then we put the password in request dot form and then password, right? If again, if not, you FLask email password not correct, warning, return. Else we log him in. Okay, and then we redirect them to somewhere. Redirect. For example, here we go to shit.
Posts.
Oh, here post to root. URL for root. Nice. That's for login. We have if pause, and then if there's no user, we redirect it to register. And then if there's user and the password is incorrect, we send a message and then we reload the page. Yeah.
I see the check email function again.
Check email function.
So email equal to email.
We pass the email in here.
Yeah.
We don't need self, so just put it there. We pass the email in here like this. We query from the email. If there's no user, okay. Basically, you can put a lot of method inside your class, inside your model.
What is the user mixing?
Is a class from FLask login.
Yeah, but
It has a method that you can use to authenticate the user.
okay.
And what else? Now you need to create a view for register. One more. App.route here register. F register, you return a template, render template. Let's call it register. That's it. Later on we are gonna replace the form here with waterfall. Okay, later after we have done this. Huh? All right. And using waterfall you have some validations, custom validation. That's the main point. And here if request dot method equal to pause, right? Then we check, copy this one, put it in here. We check the user. If there's no user, okay. Now we FLask email already exists, right? Warning, and then we redirect them. Please log in. Redirect URL for, then here's function login. That's it. If there are no user, we do something. We create a user, new user equal to user. Here's a name equal to request dot form username, then comma, what else, email, request dot form email, and then
Whoops.
and then new user. Now new user, our new user here inherit the method generate password from the class, right? So generate password and put the password in request dot form password. Then we db.session dot add new user. There's no autocorrect. What the hell? db.session commit. Whenever you change something in your database, you have to commit. db.session commit.
And you don't have to define password is equal to new user.
Password equal to new user. No, this line of code means like you make a new key password and then you assign password equal to the hash string. Okay, you see this one line. Okay. Let's return it. Try return redirect URL for, and then here's login. FLask success. Please log in. Warning. No. Yeah.
Please log in.
Here it has an HTML.
You
No
close
one
that.
spot that.
Close that parentheses. MRT.
HTML okay. HTML okay. HTML okay. Now we're gonna make a new file here. So register. Okay. Now I saw that I have a folder called views inside template, so I need to view here slash login, view here slash register. Right. Now go inside here, copy everything, put in here, remove the username, for example. All right. Now we're missing the button. Shit. Type equal to submit. Copy the whole thing. Right. What else do I miss? Email, password, nothing, right? Let's try Python. Oh shit, no syntax error. Wow. Localhost 5000. What the hell is this?
You put it into test on your homepage.
Okay, here we go. Missing one required position argument email in check email. All right. User check email request form email. It's here.
Check your email.
Is it login, right? Now let's try with a register first. Hello world, password 123. Same thing. Okay, so I know where I'm wrong. So, let's say User check email request dot form email. What the hell is this? Who wrote this? 92. User equal to user, right? And then, holy shit, there's a lot of shit here. Let's call it check. If check user, okay. Now check. Where else? Nothing. Okay. Now we test register again. What's wrong?
No such table users. Did we migrate our database? Such table.
Where user email equal to limit offset. No such table user. What the hell? There's user here.
Yeah, but
Oh shit. Plus DB. It's weird. Wait, hang on. Oh,
Delete.
should put it down here. Run again. Oops, not flash run. Python app. Not Py. Okay, test again. Qua gmail.com 1 2 3. Not understand.
Well, you didn't put you put username in there, but there's only email and password.
My 98.
98.
It's not there, so you put an email and the username, and then like you don't carry the username through from the login page because you're going straight on your request page or
No.
whatever it registers.
Oh shit! What's wrong? I mixed up the name of the HTML here. That should be register here and login here. All right. Okay, copy this one. Cut it. Save it here, and put it here. Let's work. Okay, again. Qua 1 2 3. Oh no. Wrong name. URL4 without slash. URL4. Yep. It's the name of. What do you name it? New post. Okay. Now I run to it work. No more error.
Line 97.
97.
Here, 97. Shit. You did return. Okay, that's it.
Good luck.
No more error. Okay.
Oh,
Actually, it already run, but it failed somewhere here. But it actually already registered my account. And when it ran to this line, ran to until this slide before, it failed. Right? So check my database. Not here. But here is my user. Okay. Okay. You have me here. And then we have to change something here again. Check. Check. User. equal to user to inherit all the methods of that class first, then we check. If not, user, okay, login, check. That's it. Now we gonna log in.
Spell check right on one of those lines. 79.
Shit, man. Okay, now we log in with email khóa gmail.com, right? 1, 2, 3. What the hell is cow? What the hell is this? Non-type, check hands, no attribute count. From like 55 and then p has count. This bullshit. This from the library, but how does it spell? Okay, go back and look at our code. If you're right here, for some reason. Now remove this one, then oh shit.
Can you explain that?
Hang on, let me try it first. We are logging in, right?
But even if you explain what you think might happen, then it goes.
Okay, because it takes two elements. The first one is the hash, and the second one is the password. So now I didn't pass the hash in. Share password, you cannot get the share password. So for some reason here I need to pass it in. Where is it? This one, right? Okay, the hash one is check.password. How it work? Maybe because it's too short. Don't know. User has no certificate. Hey, no. It actually log in. Already log in. It passed. It passed to. But it's already passed to this line. I already get past this line. Now the error is this. This is how you learn how to read the error. Okay, error is from return user.get user ID. Where it's coming from? In low user, right? In low user, which is yeah, user query. Login again. gmail.com 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm logging in. Then what?
Should you have got a message saying welcome, or do you not have that?
Okay, now we go to register and then we put a no. Where's not my navbar? Okay, go to the navbar and then put my username inside here somewhere, right? For example here. Use current user dot username. And before that you have to guard it. If current user
Equal to
dot
Username.
is authenticated, right? Authenticated.
that's a built-in check.
Yep, it's a built-in check for in user missing and login manager. I don't know where it's coming from though. Here, after that you end if, else, for example here you say login, log out, login. Go to login page, then you end if right? That's the logic. That sounds cool. Okay. That's why. That's why. What if I log out?
What does that mean?
So good set, guys.
Okay. And how do you guard it? If I already log in, I cannot log in again, right? Right now, I can still log in again. Yeah. So you need to guide it somewhere inside the login function.
In the controller, we should guard this in the controller. This is controller logic. The controller controls what you can see on what route. So what Quad just demonstrated to you is that the login page, despite the fact that the user is currently logged in, they can still view the login page if they know the URL. That may not seem important now, but there are many cases in which we cannot show the user certain things because our application will fail. They have to meet certain criteria.
So just guide here. If current user dot is authenticated. There's two is authenticated or is anonymous. If is authenticated, you return a to where? Direct URL for and go back to the root. No, new post. That's stupid name. Okay, let's try it. I already logged in. I hit login. Now go back to my home page. You can see it, right? Okay, what's next? You also have to get it at register too. Copy the code, easy peasy. Go down. Okay. Cool. What next? That's it for. Oh, one more thing. Here, what if the you also have another decorator which is called login require to guard against some route that you don't want the user that is not logged in to access to, right? So you have a route called login require. For example, I will make a very simple route. Let's say app.route. Call it need log. Call it protected. Okay, and in here we have protected. Call it protected, and then in here we return okay. Now I can go to okay, even if I I need to log out first. Make a function to log out. Make a function to log out, and in here you define a function log out, which does very simple login require, and then here you log out the user, log out user, and then current user. I hope it worked. After that, you redirect them to maybe sign in. Log in. Okay. Basically, you have this line here. What line 115 means like you need to log in to access this route. That's it. And let's go to my home page. I already logged in. Now I need to log out. And here's some syntax. I don't know why it does that. Oh shit, I have two terminals. Oh, here. I need to import it. Save it. Python app.py. Okay, no error. Go back to my home page to see if I already logged in or not. Still logged in. Now I go to log out. Log out user check 0 position argument, but 1 was driven. Weird. Let's see.
Let's just try it.
Just call it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, just call it. Okay. Where is it? Delete it. Now log in again. Log out. Okay, done. Let's log in. And I want to see the protected route here. The same with logout. Let's go to protected route. Protected. Okay. Now what if I put in login required? Refresh. Unauthorized, right? I am not authorized to access this route. And what if you want the user who is not logged in to be redirected to a login page? Go to this one. Look at documentation. There should be a setup. Let's see. I'm logged in. There should be a documentation saying this. Let me find it. Something here. Oh, here. Right. It's a login view. Okay, go up. Here. Put it in here. Login view to user login. Actually, not user, just login. And then go. Okay. You are redirected to the login page. Please log in to access this page. Oh, cool. Magic. It's a built-in message. Again, I'm not logged in, but I want to access my protected here. Okay, I've been kicked back to the login page, and there's a message say, please log in to access this page. Right. So basically, you need this line.
That line determines where it will redirect you to, what function.
Yeah.
What
This here
what
the
route.
function.
It's gonna look for the function, and then it's gonna say, okay, well, where do I belong? What route? And what's that function called? Login.
All right.
It's the /login.
No slash. It's a name of function.
I know, but I'm talking about it goes to that function, def login,
yeah.
and then it goes, that corresponds to the /login route. That's why when you look at your servers, right there, look at your server log. That's why it says get login. We went to protected first, right here. We went to protected first. Once we hit that endpoint, our server was like, oh shit, you're not logged in. FLask login said that you cannot look at this route. So then it said, okay, well, let's look at the redirect page, and that's what we set right here. Login, and then it said, okay, fine, we'll go to this login.
Can you show me the protected route again?
Watch. Here, clear the space. Yeah, clear this.
Said okay.
But just know that like this pattern, what we did a second ago, right? What we did a second ago, right here, on line 96 through 97, right? We did that right there. And here on 96, 76, and 77. And there's also another way you can protect your routes. You can also go to the form right here, wherever it is, and you simply say, okay, if,
don't do it here.
No.
Do inside function.
If current user is authenticated. If not, then we do this, right? But you're gonna end up repeating this code a lot. You don't want to do that. So don't do that. We should not have conditional logic. Ideally speaking, you don't want to have a conditional logic inside of here, as little as possible. So we don't want to repeat this same thing over and over again. So what Qual just showed you guys is that we can also just do login required right here. If we memorize what this thing does, it protects the route, and then if the user is not logged in, it's going to kick them somewhere else.
Basically, here's the view, right? It's a view in MVC. It's a view. Basically, if you want to show something, a condition inside the view, okay, put it there. But here, the condition here, the logic here is belong to the controller, not inside the view. So you don't put it in your HTML. Okay? Now we are going to move on to the water form. And we are going to try to replace this form with the water form with validations. Okay? In order to use water form, you have to go to the documentation, FLask water form. I'm gonna delete it, blah 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 blah. Okay. Actually, what the F? Okay, here's the guy, which you don't want to read. Installation. Pip install. I don't know this, don't ask me. Blah blah blah. Okay. And or you can get the code from here. Blah, done. Next step, quick start. Okay. Now you have to import a bunch of shit here like this. Basically you import FLask form is a class, string field, same. And inside you can import data required on this line also. Oh no, actually you don't have to. You have to import validators here. I will show you different. You actually don't have to. You don't need this line at all. Let's import from water form FLask. Let's go back.
Guys, what the form is going to help us build complicated forms. A lot of different complicated forms and have different rules on these forms. It's going to give us ways to validate the form and say the user has to enter a user ID, they have to give us an email, the password has to be however many characters long, and a bunch of other free stuff, okay? So that's what we're about to talk about.
Some of them are not free, we have to customize. We have to define the logic. But okay, now we need to define a class, another class for form, class my let's call it login form, right? Login form. And here we inherit FLask form. Where's my form? Okay, now we have form for login. How many fields do we need for login?
2.
No, fuck me. Go with a register first.
3.
Register form, okay?
Come on,
for
guys.
register, we need user, email, and password, right? And one more.
Check password.
Check password. One more field. Check password. Cool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, because when we register, we try not to make a mistake. Like for example, actually I want to have my password 1, 2, 3, 4. But what if I mistakenly put it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Right? You need at least two fields to verify it, right? So you have username, password, and another password. to check the verify again for fields. Okay, let's start with the first one. Let's call it username equal to string field. It's a string field. If you don't know the syntax, go and copy it. Click start creating form. Here you go. Step by step. Oh, not this. Oh, like this, something like this. Right? That's the most basic form. Okay, now we need a username equal to string field, and then we have the validator inside, right? String field, and here's the title of the field, the label of the field. Let's call it username. The second element is the validators. Okay, validators equal to an array. And inside array, we can have many validators. Right here, it's only one because the file is required in order to like submit. So we have data require validators dot data require. Okay, it's a function. Another one, username cannot be less than 3 characters, right? Or longer than 20. Another one, validators dot length, min equal to 3, max equal to 20, and then message equal to something need to be in between 3 and 20. Okay, now I'm gonna explain it. Two arguments. The first argument is the title, the label of the input box. Okay, the second one is the validators, which is an array, and inside an array we have a data required. From the name you can guess, right? You have to input the data for that field. The second one, the length. You can add your custom, for example, custom validators as well, and we're going to do that later. But first we start with something simple, require and length.
Guys, what we're saying right here is like on line 64, we're defining a form. In this form, the array that we send in on the validators, we can send in as many rules as we want to that field.
Inside the array here.
Yeah, like inside the array, we have as many custom validations as we want. And this is specifically called a client-side validation. The form will not let you submit until, or if you try to submit the form and it doesn't follow the rules where there's a minimum length of 3 or a maximum length of 20, the form will complain.
This controller, not client.
Okay, well, I mean, this is not a database rule, okay? This is not a database rule. This is the form rule, right? So whenever we try to submit it in the controller, it's going to complain.
This is the form rule from our controller, not the Bootstrap. Bootstrap is client. Yeah, client side. Here it's not client. It's our controller rules. That's different. And one more thing, email and password. Email, same thing, right? Copy. And we actually have another field for email, a built-in field for email actually. Let's go and copy. Shit. Email. Searching. No. What the form? Email. Here you go. Email. There's another form for email. Just copy it and put it in here. Comma validators dot email in a message. What did I say? Please enter email. Please enter a correct email. We have data required. We have the length of the email. It can be from 3 to, for example, 25. Email should be have more @.com, at least 5, man. Alright. Another one, password equal to password field. I think Google wtform password field. Oh, here. Bam bam. So slow. And here's a custom validators that you can define by yourself. And here's how the length, the validators.length is customized, is defined. So you get the mean, max, and then it raises the validation error. Okay, let's copy and paste for the other one. Confirm equal to same thing. Do they have password field? Something wrong with the internet. What the form password field? Oh, here. Did you? Gotta wait. Blah 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 blah. Okay, you know it. Password field. You need to import password field here. Like that. Password field, and then here you have the title, your password. It's a string, it's a label, so you can have space whatever you want. Okay. Validators. Oh my god. Okay. Here I have a copy, a cached version of this website. Blah blah. Go to find the password. Okay. Here's I have the syntax for password field. Copy first, and then we validator equal to an array. Inside here they have validator.data required. Input requires like it's old. They don't use it anymore. Actually they do, but you will get a warning like say it's old. It's gonna not support it. Then you have another field called equal to, means equal to equal to means target to the confirm field. It has to be equal to confirm field, right? Or else you send a message password must match. Let's copy this one. Let's this one confirm and make this one password. Same thing. Copy this one. All right. Question? Yes?
So this is like, you could do a validate on submit to validate all of them, but this is to do specific.
Yeah, you can do it validate on submit.
Does it do it real time as you enter, or is it a
Not real time.
submit only anyway?
You only check when you're on submit. It's better actually. Yeah. Because this one is the controller side. It's not the client side.
So it's only once it's received by the controller, it will then send back the message.
And it's supposed to be like that too. Yeah. That's it.
It depends. You should be validating multiple times. That's our job to validate the data.
The front end should validate by itself, and the back end should also validate by itself. So you have to validate 2 times.
Trying to
Always.
catch any errors or something.
Yeah.
I would for example, the email, right? If they don't put an @ in their email, you shouldn't even allow them to click that submit button. So that request should never even hit the server. So for me, that'd be a great example right here or yes, we validate on the client, right? That's client side validation. But we still need to validate here because what if they open up their developer tools and then submit it? What if you're the person dealing with your app is
For
a hacker?
example, what if they send up a JSON file?
Yeah. A bunch of other rules, man. It gets complicated. That's programming.
And then what? You also have another button, submit field, equal to submit field. And here title. No. Okay, submit. And then you have to import submit field. Right. Now we're gonna render our form. I'm not sure if our form is working. Just try it. Copy the name here and go to our register route form equal form. And here we pass our form to our HTML file. Okay. Right. Looks good. Save. Temporary save. Okay, not yet. And now we have to do something here. We change the form here with our form. Blah blah blah. And here syntax. Form dot username dot label. Another one, form dot username. That's it. Form dot email dot label. And here's a form dot email dot no dot. Do we need a function here? Form dot password dot label comma form dot password. Now we have confirm, right? Where is it?
Submit.
Username, email, confirm, password. Confirm your password. Oh, no. Confirm your password. Alright. Looks good. Looks good. Yep. And then you need a submit button. Form dot submit. That's it, I think. Then you can delete all of these. Go to our register route. And then for now, just comment out all of these, right? Comment out them. Comment out. Okay. And then we gotta print form dot. For example, we want to get the username. Form dot username dot data. Okay.
What if you want all of it?
Get one by one.
You have to do it one by one.
Yeah. Okay, no syntax error. Local 5000 and register. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Blah blah. What the hell do I have to username? Shit, my copy and paste. Email again. Okay. Oh shit. Username khóa. No, not khóa. Add. 2 letter. Add again. Password 123 123. Submit. Add. We see add. Right? We see add from the username. We see add. Where is that? Here. Okay. And then one more thing. We need to check the form to validate the form. One more line. If form dot validate or submit. This means to validate our form upon clicking on submit button. Okay. Then we print this guy again. Now try. Password 123 123. Submit. No, we don't see ads, right? So it means it's not validated.
Why did it not show messages though?
You do something else. You're not reading any messages.
But it's more you put all the logic in the form already, so I kind of figured it would already be
So you need to call it in order to see it. In order to see it, you have to call it. Print errors. I don't remember the error. Validation error or something. Error. Let's go. Documentation. What the form error?
It was there at the top of that page.
Oh really?
Yeah, read it.
You saw it?
There, right there.
Ah yes. Ew, that's too long. This is a function. Form dot error dot item. Do it again. 1 2 3 1 2 3 submit. Actually it doesn't have item.
It's like that email or that password.
No, it will get all the errors into one place. So it's not form error. My memory is bad. Form dot something dot items. What the form FLask. You have the error list. It's a list because inside here we have a list of errors here. That's why it's a list. Save errors. That's a lot. Fuck this. Headache. Getting errors from what the form. Yay. Is this? Ah. Shit. It's iPhone. Again. Add. Password 123 submit. Now you're gonna see all the errors. See all the errors. Username, error from username one item inside the array, and error for the email. You have two. It needs to be in between 3 and 20. Another one is please enter correct email. You have two errors, and this for me. This ESRF token is missing. In order to use form, what the form here, you have another hidden form. For example, call it hidden tag, like this. because basically we get our secret key and then it will encrypt our form information before sending to our server. So that's what it does. Let's copy in, Google it. Is it correct? Quick start. It's broken. They have this one or this one doesn't. Okay, let's go, and it's a function. Nice. Syntax, guys. This syntax, remember it or Google it.
That's going to hide something in the form. If can you show them the form? Show them the form.
What form?
Like in the UI. So now if you open it up and you look at the HTML, Command Shift, and you look at the elements, just look at that form.
You're gonna see it.
Wait, did you we were there at right page? There it is, right there. Okay, it's hiding a little, like a secret token to know, like, this is where the form is coming from. See how the type is hidden right there? So basically, this form thing is going to help us build a more complicated form that's security tested and has a bunch of validations on it. Yeah.
Okay. And now we want to do put our logic inside here. Copy. In here, and then uncomment it, tab. All right. Else we bring on the errors, or we flash on the errors, right? So here's else for field, comma, errors in this one. Then inside errors is a list again. Inside error is a list again, so we have to for again. For error in errors. Then we flash field plus. This is a string, right? It's a string. You can plus it like this or no?
You wouldn't want to flash this, though, would you? Like realistically, would you want to flash this? Just
Flash all the errors, right? You want to show flash all the errors?
I think it would look really messy.
So what do you want to do then?
Like show it just below the
It's very hard. And then you have to do it inside your HTML. If errors, then you bring that field and errors.
That's a product choice, Ed. Okay, we're gonna show you one way you make a decision.
And you can do it. You can do it by yourself, easily.
I don't know if it'll be easy, but that's why there's Bootstrap and React.
Yeah.
You have like something condition like if there's error, and then you bring the error
Underneath it.
right underneath the label the field.
So it's probably easier to do that kind of messaging on the client side as opposed to doing it on this side.
Actually, because Bootstrap does for users, you think it's easy, but actually it's not. Because Bootstrap did it for you.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's easier than doing it this way. Because at the moment, I might not only show two errors. I'm showing one error on my form saying you did this wrong, and I'm going to flash up stuff.
That's front end. So how does the front end know? Like, for example, something like this. What if you want to query from the database? The front end cannot do that, right? You can define a validators using your database, from your database as well. For example, when you register, you can put the logic here, check email inside your form.
Styling you can choose later, Ed. Like right now, we're just gonna flash
No,
this.
I know. I just wondered.
I think
Because I was
flashing
wondering
is
why you're
hard.
choosing Flash, and it's actually it's faster, quicker to demonstrate.
Actually, it's hard. You have to run for 2 for-loops. So I wanted to show you how to flash all the errors for each field. Okay. Field, and then colon. What's this? Error. Yeah, that's it. And then you return what again?
Line 124 and then the else.
Why? If and else, why do I have to indent? All of this shit we have to indent.
Yeah, that my bad. By the way.
If check.
Okay, looks good.
Wait, no, something wrong. If check, else. That else from here, right?
No, it's too far.
No, it's right. The else here is from this one.
Oh yeah. Okay, that.
And if check, and then else here. There's another else here, but I skip it. You can also skip this one, right? You can also skip it.
What does quad mean right there? Does anyone know what he just meant?
I think he means that if you move, it already will read it that way because it's going to come down to that point regardless. So it's good. You don't need the else part.
Yep.
Exactly. Line 117. If the first condition is not true, then it automatically will get to line 117. So you don't even have to put an else there. It has to go there. There's no other branch in the logic.
Okay.
And the same thing is true for this for loop, is what he's saying now. You don't need an else at the bottom either.
It does make it a lot more readable than I think. Maybe just an
Oh shit, he is not. Yep,
Yeah, that looks good.
that looks good. Try it. You see all the flashing here?
All the errors.
Okay, go again. Add, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hit submit. I see all the shit. All right. Username need to be in between 3 and 20. Email also. Email, please enter correct email and confirm password must match. Right. That's cool. That's it. Oh wait, you can define your own logic in here as well. Let's define one. What else it should be? For example,
It needs to have, do the classic password one where it needs to have at least a number or something like that, or a special character.
shit, that's hard. You have to use regular expression. Let's say, let's just check the email. Check the email inside our form. Okay. Check the email inside our form. That's the same thing. Let's copy this one. Actually,
But not validated.email does that.
you check the email. It's validate the email if that email is already exists or is registered in our database.
Sorry, that check.
That's also validation. Okay. Here syntax. You have to memorize this. Validate. The validate here is a must. It's a must. Underscore the name of the field. Name of the field. For example, email. Okay. Self and field. It takes 2 elements. Is it?
Email.
Or is it self? Okay, maybe. Self and field. Field is the field here. The email field. Alright. Then we return if we have to do something here. Let's pass it. User equal to this one, and here is a field dot data. Remember form dot field dot data. Now we don't have form, we only have field. It's well like this. Form dot username dot data, right, in our function below. Below here. Oh shit, actually we didn't. Something like this, right? Here we have to we don't have form dot username. Instead we have field. Field is already here. It's a field already. Field dot data, and then you get the first one from the user, then you return if user return return what? I don't remember. Raise okay, here something like this. Copy. If user we raise it. Okay. Why is so weird? Why is it on black?
Indents. Raise line 374.
Even this one is on black. It's weird.
Save it.
Something wrong. Ah,
You know.
colon here.
Just-
We change this one. User already exists.
Email taken.
Okay, email taken. Right? Look at this. Ah, it's farm. What the hell is farm? It's not self because it inherits something in platform, so they call it farm. Okay. Farm and field, and then here, that's it. All right, let's go. Email taken. Let's try again. Let's check our database first. Already have qua, right? Let's try with qua. Where the hell is it? Line 76.
Form that they use.
Ah shit, I didn't go. Okay. Let's go. Qua second. That's qua 2. Then qua Gmail. Password 123 123. God damn it. Import from maybe this. Yes, it understands. Okay, that's good. Again, qua 2, qua Gmail 123 123. Okay, email taken. So you successfully define your own validator. That's it. Oh wait, I haven't get the data from the form here. I need to change it. Is it register? Okay, register. Close this one. Now you get from the form form dot email dot data, form dot username dot data, form dot username dot email.
Form.email.data.
Oh shit. Form dot password dot data, and that's it. I think. Let's register another one. Hi gmail.com 123 123. Okay, done. So awesome.
Log in.
Yeah,
Now
well,
you
log
have-
in.
Okay,
Show them the database first.
why do I have to log in? You are here already.
Okay.
Let's say hi gmail 123 and here's hi. So that's how you use water form. Right. Any
So-
questions? Please ask. Please.
There's a lot, but it's been a very long lecture, this one.
Oh, sorry.
I think I kind of got lost about 15 minutes ago.
Guys, it's very normal to get lost during these long lectures. It's tiring. Coding is hard. The simple objective of what Qua is trying to show you today, what we're trying to show you, is that there are a bunch of libraries built for free that allow us to do like some more common things. It's very common to tell your user what you need to have happen, right? What happened, right? So instead of flashing right here, right? Just know that, for example, instead of flashing all these errors, where do we do that? 4.
There you go. Oh, wait.
There's a 4.
Right there, right there.
Right here, we could also send back the correct error message to the client, and the client will look at that error message and say, okay, instead of doing this, showing the form something wrong, I can choose to do something else. There's an infinite number of different things that can go wrong when you guys are, when the user's submitting data, okay? And additionally, just know that this thing right here where we did form.validate on submit, this thing is so common that this is a library that like you guys are expected to know how to use, and people are going to ask you to use it, okay? And basically it's helping us as backend developers, as database admins, to make sure our data is safe, make sure that we can trust our data, right? For this form right here, what is this form helping us make sure that we can trust? Our users, right? We're going to make sure that they have a real email. When they hit their email, we know that this is a real email, right? What else could we make real? A phone number. And you can imagine that would get much more complicated based on what country they're from. Now you have to validate if a user is in Korea, what is their Korean phone number? Is it a valid Korean phone number? And the same thing for the US and every single other country in the world. Okay, and this gets a lot more sophisticated later on. But that being said, just looking forward into the next couple of weeks, I want you guys to think about what's going on line 26 through 30 through 46, okay? We have one thing called a class, a blog, another class called a user. These are two different tables in our database. And these tables have relationships to each other, okay? Right now, it's just user and blog. Tomorrow, it's gonna be user and to-do. In the future, it's gonna be user and post for you guys, or just an infinite number of things. And when we're writing code, we're just basically trying to figure out how to make relationships between this data so that we understand who belongs to what, you know, what belongs to who. Does that make sense, guys? Remember how we did the, last week we did the database exercises? Remember when we were talking about Tiki and Grab and Foodie, right? So we're gonna be able to figure out a lot about our data and then tell our user a whole bunch of interesting stuff if we understand this pattern. Obviously, we like reviewed some concepts about our controller. It has some conditionals inside of it. When you hit this endpoint, we're gonna look at the request. Depending on that request, we're gonna do something different, right? If it's a GET request or a POST request. And depending on the request and all the data sent in, like request.method or form.valid on submit or form.email.data, we're gonna do different things, right? Because what if it was a request.post, right? And the form was valid, but the user's email, it did not match the password. Then we need to do something different than if the form was valid and the email was correct and the password was correct. And that conditional logic belongs inside our controller. So, one second. Remember this diagram right here, okay, guys? It's a super, I think it's a great diagram. I want to make a GIF that does this, okay? Just know our controller is going to sort of talk to the model. How's it talking to the model? It's saying like, hey, is it valid? Hey, is the password long enough? Hey, a bunch of other things, right? And then the controller is talking to the model and it's talking to the view, and the view and the model are talking to each other, right? This view, how does it determine what is going to be shown on the screen? How?
What the controller tells it to show.
So for example, what can a controller do to modify the view?
Take a look at the inputs that basically inside.
Props.
Based on that.
Kind of like props, right? So remember in our controller, if we go to something like /post, let's just say localhost /post, the expectation is that this endpoint is going to show us some posts somewhere. So when we hit that controller, we're going to query our database, and then we're going to do something like post equals post.query.filter all, and then the controller is going to take some data. It's going to ask the model for that data. It's going to collect it and stick it inside of a variable called post, and then we're going to take that variable and stick it in our view. And in our view, we run a loop. We say for post in post, and then we make like a container or something in our HTML.
Nothing.
Fuck. Ah.
No, they understand.
Who here understands what I just said?
I do.
Who does not understand what I just said?
No one.
No one's gonna say it.
For post in post. Okay, you do something like this. Yeah, something like this. Oh my god. Do something. That do something is gonna produce some HTML. I guarantee it. Okay? So going back to this diagram, right? Our controller asked our model, it did post.query.filter, give me all the posts. Once it got that data back, it said, hey, okay, controller, give it to the view. That view produces some HTML, and then our controller, on the very last line of every single controller endpoint, you guys are gonna have a return. And that's where our controller says, send the user this thing, or that thing, or whatever. I know that isn't like a perfect diagram, and depending on certain situations, the flow, it can go from controller to view to model. You guys remember on Monday, I didn't even do the model at first. You don't even need the model, right? Because like, you know, the rendering process is an entirely different thing, right? But they all need to work together to produce dynamic websites. Much different than week one. Remember in week one, we built Google, we built Spotify, we built a startup landing page. Whatever you guys drew there would always be the same. That will never ever change, right? But now you guys are getting in the world of full stack development. When you make a post, right? When we create a post here or an account, we take those inputs, we grab them from the request, we produce a database object, and then we stick that database object in our database and it's saved there for forever. Okay, so it's a full stack application. Does anyone have any questions?
Now, the only thing that wasn't demoed this morning was actually the editing process for a user. Because you said you were going to show the edit as well, but then didn't.
You want to do it now?
I don't want to do it now. I don't want to do it now, but
After rec.
potentially make a little short video of it after.
Workshop? Me? What?
Part 2.
Okay. What the hell?
That's good.